Hey everybody, it's Andrew Hutchings here, your favorite person. Still not a doctor, still never giving medical advice. If it seems like I am, I'm just consolidating medical information, putting it all in one place, along with my opinion. This video is about how various recreational drugs will hinder your gains or your fitness goals or whatever it is exactly that you want to call it. But your physical ability to build muscle, be strong, be in good shape, all that. Now, your cardiovascular activity, like running and such, that's going to obviously be hindered by smoking anything. Some things are worse than others. But yeah, that's not really what I was thinking about. I was thinking about things that will hinder your ability to build muscle and to perform in the gym. Let's make number one marijuana, since it's so common and popular, and now where I live it's even legal. And technically it's not legal, it's just that my state of California chooses not to obey the laws of the United States of America, which is no shock. But yeah, so marijuana it does disrupt your endocrine system a bit. It can lead to, I think it's been shown, a slight increase of estrogen. But primarily what it's going to do that's going to hinder your progress is disrupt neuronal transmission. You're not going to have as good of mind-muscle connection, muscle firing and contractions. What else? Oh, it also is going to mess with your focus. That's related. I mean, it's all not all, but it's largely all neurological. That's why it messes up with your muscle function and your brain and your focus and everything. So not only will you be kind of spaced out if you choose to go to the gym on it, and even if it's in your system and you didn't just smoke it right before the gym, but your muscles simply won't operate quite as well. Furthermore, the habits you develop from smoking weed are not conducive to having a good fitness lifestyle. I know most people, when they smoke weed, get lazy. Not everybody, but most. Smoking weed, eating potato chips, and watching TV is on the opposite end of the spectrum of what you want to do to be in good shape. You want to not eat junk, not sit around all day. You want to exercise. It's also not good for your brain, but that's not the topic of this video. So let's move on to another drug, heroin or opiates. Those really decrease your testosterone quite a lot. I'm not sure if they increase estrogen, but I kind of assume so, but I'm not going to say something I don't know. That's why I tell you I don't know. If you were on exogenous testosterone, or if you were on steroids and you took heroin or morphine or oxycodone or whatever your opiate of choice is, it wouldn't be so detrimental because it wouldn't matter that it lowers your testosterone because you already don't have natural testosterone production. So if you're on that stuff, not a big deal. Not good for you. I'm not recommending you do opiates. But if you're not on that stuff, it's going to significantly hinder your hormonal balance in regards to how it allows you to get in good shape. What else? This applies to everybody, regardless of if you're taking exogenous testosterone or steroids or not. But opiates are central nervous system depressants, so you will get less strong muscle contractions. You'll have more of a delay from your brain to your muscles. You're going to be tired and more weak. It's really not too complicated. It tones down everything in your body. So yeah, before you go to the gym, you don't really want to smoke some heroin and relax yourself and be all tired and falling asleep as you're going to do your deadlift and you're No. If anything, you want to be extra awake. That's why people use pre-workout supplements that have things like amphetamine in them. They don't typically have exactly amphetamine in them. But I do remember a few years back there was one that had something similar to ethamphetamine. So it had an ethyl group instead of a methyl, which methamphetamine would have. But it also had another carbon on another part of the molecule. Doesn't really matter, end of the day, its pharmacological action was extremely similar to amphetamine. That was a good pre-workout. I didn't have it myself, but if I had to choose one, that's the one I would have chosen, because amphetamine is a very tried and true medication or drug, whatever you want to call it. It works, it's relatively safe, but I'm not a doctor, don't listen to me. What I mean by that is it's a lot safer than some of the other products that are in pre-workouts. So you get these really weird stimulants that they just really lead to a lot of vasoconstriction, which jacks up your blood pressure. And why would you want that? Yes, you want energy, you want alertness and everything, you want a little increase in blood pressure maybe, but you don't simply want pure adrenaline, vasoconstriction, blood pressure raise. It's not healthy, not safe, especially right before you go to the gym and exert yourself. So yeah, since we're already talking about that, let's get to the negative effects of taking things like amphetamine or methamphetamine. So amphetamines and related compounds, they speed up your metabolism. So you burn more fat, but you can also burn more muscle. Now, your body does prefer to burn fat before muscle, but if you're getting pretty lean, I don't know exactly how lean, but let's say you're already down to like 70% body fat, and you keep on smoking your meth or popping your Adderall or whatever, and not eating, you will start to burn away muscle. Plus, amphetamines do raise cortisol levels, which leads to more generalized catabolic activity, including your muscles. Now, things like methylphenidate, which is an Ritalin, and other dopamine norepinephrine uptake inhibitors, those have not been shown to increase cortisol, which means they should have less muscle wasting activity. They're also less strong than things like amphetamine, which release stuff, inhibit the reuptake, and even reverse the flow of it. That's not the topic of this video. So yes, stimulants will lead to catabolic activity, the opposite of anabolic activity. So not very conducive to getting big, if that's your goal. Now, if you're trying to cut down, yes, they can be helpful, but once again, you got to be careful. Once you get past a certain point, your body will start to lose muscle. But if you're like 300 pounds, you're going to lose a lot of fat before you start losing muscle. Also, if you are on steroids or exogenous testosterone that's at a super physiological dose, taking amphetamine or related compounds is less detrimental because you have an antagonizing anabolic activity counteracting that catabolic activity from the increased cortisol and metabolic rate. So you could actually get quite shredded and do pretty good if you were to take steroids plus amphetamines. However, that is a bad idea for your heart, especially if you're on aromatizable steroids and you're jacking up your blood pressure from a lot of water retention. Plus, even if you're not retaining water, steroids do sometimes increase blood pressure independent of water retention. And stimulants like amphetamines also increase blood pressure and heart rate. So the combination of both of them, you can have some problems. If you're young and healthy, probably it's not going to be life-threatening in the short term. However, if you do that for years and years, or who knows, it's different for everybody. Maybe it only takes you 6 months. Maybe it takes Joe over there 6 years. But prolonged high blood pressure, like I've talked about in other videos, will lead to damage of your blood vessel walls and heart disease. If you want to learn more about that, Search something about high blood pressure in my other videos and you can listen to it. So yeah, stimulants are catabolic, which is the opposite of anabolic. But if you were to take them along with an anabolic agent, you can counteract that, at least for the most part. I do think there is some evidence that amphetamines also, I'm not sure if they decrease testosterone a little bit. I don't think it's very significant, but I do think they have detrimental effects to your sperm. I mean, pretty much all drugs have some sort of slight detrimental effect. But yeah, let's do a little recap. Marijuana is going to make you less focused and less able to work hard in the gym. Opiates are going to make you less focused, tired, unable to work hard in the gym, and lower your testosterone. Stimulants are going to increase catabolic activity, so you're going to build less muscle and burn more muscle. However, stimulants do have the upside of allowing you to have stronger muscle contractions and more energy. So, if you can lift more weights or more time, whatever it is, if you work harder in the gym, that could potentially offset the catabolic activity. And that's why people take them in pre-workout supplements, because it's a way to risk. Now, if you don't go and work out, then yes, they're probably going to be detrimental. But if you do work out extra hard, perhaps they're beneficial. Now let's go on to other drugs. Alcohol. Alcohol right before the gym could help you, or it could not. It just depends on the person and depends on the dose of alcohol. It still is going to disrupt neuronal transmission, but sometimes it can actually give you that extra energy and strength and everything. It could also make you motivated to go work out, just depending on you and your dose of alcohol. But it could also make you tired. It's a very dose-dependent drug and depends on the person. I've said that many times, but it's because you need to hear it many times. However, alcohol increases estrogen and decreases testosterone. Not good if you're into fitness and muscle building. What else does it do? It puts stress on your liver. When your liver is stressed, your body becomes more toxic. Maybe not a ton more toxic if you're just drinking lightly, but still a little more toxic. And when your body has stress, your body can only handle so much stress at one time. So if you're trying to work out at 100% intensity and recover at 100% of your capabilities, and then go back and work out again at 100%, alcohol is going to take some of your body's resources away from that. It's also going to interfere with your sleep quality, and the habits that go along with drinking alcohol are probably also going to include staying up later than you should, like I mentioned in another video, so you might get less sleep. It lowers your inhibitions, so you're more likely to eat, and that's not good if you're trying to stay lean. However, personally, I find it very effective when dieting to drink a beer when I'm very hungry, because it's like liquid bread and it satisfies you, and it doesn't have that many calories. Oh, it has lots of No, it has lots of calories if you eat your full meal that already has as many calories as you need, and then you pound 10 beers on top of that. But if you don't eat at all and you drink one beer, trust me, you don't have too many calories. You're still going to be hungry. But at least it puts something in your stomach, takes up some volume, has some calories, and it has the alcohol effect that kind of relaxes you a bit, gives you some energy and the ability to carry on with your starvation. I don't do that very often, but it does work for me. So yeah, alcohol decreases testosterone, increases estrogen, leads to poor sleep quality, takes away bodily resources from healing, and leads to bad habits. Other drugs, psychedelics. not really detrimental to your fitness goals. Obviously, you don't want to drop a few tabs of acid and go hit the gym. I mean, maybe you do, but I wouldn't, because they do tend to cause a lot of vasoconstriction. Plus, even if your senses are enhanced, you're not used to the enhanced senses, and you might do something wrong and hurt yourself while you're in the gym. I mean, probably it'd be fine to go lift some weights, but I wouldn't try to max out on a day that you're on LSD or mushrooms. So LSD in particular is, have you heard of the drug cabergoline? It is used to prevent the prolactin effects of things like nandrolone and trenbolone. Well, that is a chemical that is similar to LSD. LSD also does what cabergoline does, and is a dopamine agonist, limiting prolactin. Also, dopamine agonists do tend to increase testosterone a little bit. So yes, LSD, if not taken before your workout, may have a slight beneficial effect on your overall fitness goals. Another beneficial effect it could have is the day you take LSD or mushrooms or whatever, you're probably not going to eat very much, so you might lose some weight. However, a detrimental effect is that the vasoconstriction is long-lasting. It does not just stop when you stop tripping. It will continue on for days or even weeks, which you need to keep in mind, because that means less blood flow to tissues, so less oxygen, less growth factors and everything. Blood's very important. And also higher blood pressure. So far, psychedelics would be the least harmful to your fitness goals. I'm not saying to take them, don't take any drugs. Drugs are bad. Your body is not meant to have drugs. If it was, it would make them itself. Your body makes everything that it's, there's some vitamins and amino acids it doesn't make, obviously, but your body's not meant to have drugs put into it. Other drugs, dissociatives. You could also call them dissociative anesthetics. So people think of opiates as painkillers, but opiates dull pain, whereas dissociatives block pain. Things like ketamine and PCP. Now, it's a horrible idea to do some PCP and go to the gym, because while you may not be able to feel pain, and PCP is also a dopamine norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor, so it can give you some extra strength and energy, you are very likely to get injured if you can't feel anything. So, not a good idea. Ketamine has much weaker dopamine norepinephrine reuptake inhibition, so it's not going to give you the strength, and it's still there, but not very much. It's still going to block your sensations of pain, so bad idea to go to the gym on it. However, these drugs, they're only detrimental while you're on them. They should not decrease your testosterone or anything, but they can be habit forming and lead to bad habits and addiction, like all drugs, so not a good idea. Some people, ketamine does provide antidepressant activity that lasts for a while. So if that's you and you use it and it makes you like, whoa, I feel so much better. I can focus on things now. I'm going to do what I need to do. And yeah, it could help you. But if you take it and you do, get like that, that's not really conducive to a good lifestyle. Other drugs. So we covered marijuana, we covered opiates, amphetamines, and other stimulants. By the way, cocaine falls into there. It's a dopamine, norepinephrine, serotonin reuptake inhibitor. So it's like the ones that do not really increase cortisol, so it's not going to lead to as much catabolic activity. And then we covered psychedelics, we covered dissociatives. What else is there? GHB. Oh, and benzodiazepines and other downers, central nervous system depressants. GHB is a very unique drug. It has stimulatory activity and depressant activity. Not a good idea to work out on it because you might pass out in the middle of your set. That could potentially even kill you if you're squatting like 600 pounds. I can't squat that much, but say you are, or say you're benching without a safety thing and then you pass out, it drops on your neck and you die. So yeah, not a good idea to go work out on GHB. However, GHB does slightly increase human growth hormone, and it leads to better sleep. So if you were to use GHB to sleep better, that could benefit you. Because if you're not sleeping well, you're not recovering well, meaning you cannot get the most out of your workouts. However, it is habit forming once again and leads to a bad lifestyle that's not conducive to fitness and everything. So if you get addicted to it, it's bad. If you could use it in moderation as a medicine, it's good, potentially. Benzodiazepines and other central nervous system depressants, they lower neuronal activity. Nerve signals go slower. There's less of them. You're more tired. You're more relaxed. Your muscles are more relaxed. It makes no sense to take some benzos and go to the gym because you'll be like feeling nice and relaxed and like wiggly and stuff, and you're not going to have that force generating contractions that you need to lift heavy weights. Also, if your muscles are relaxed, vertebrae in your spine can slip out of place because the muscles are what hold them in place. Sometimes muscle relaxation can be good, like if one muscle spasms up and it's pulling things in the wrong way, you need to relax that muscle so that things can go back how they should. But when you relax everything, sometimes things can move in ways that they shouldn't. However, sometimes if your muscles are too tense, the tension in them leads to damage to the muscle and the tendon. So relaxing it with something like a benzodiazepine could be very beneficial to allow it to heal. So, moral of the story, benzodiazepines, not good before a workout, can be good if you have excess tension leading to muscle or tendon damage. They can improve sleep duration, but they're going to lower sleep quality, so you got to figure out what's going to benefit you more, sleeping longer or sleeping better. However, luckily, the kind of sleep that they tend to increase is the kind that heals your body, not refreshes your mind. So yeah, and they do block catabolic activity to a degree, so that's good. They'll lead to less muscle wasting. So overall, benzodiazepines, but they're also going to increase appetite. So they're kind of like they can go either way. They can help you avoid catabolic activity and heal better, or they can lead to bad workouts and eating too much. Barbiturates, let's throw them in the same thing. What other drugs should I touch on? I'm not even going to mention deliriants because I don't know. If you're stupid enough to take deliriants, good luck. I think that's pretty much all the basic classes of recreational drugs. In case you didn't catch on to the general drift, it's best not to take any of them. But if you are taking some of them, it's best to know how they affect you. That's what this video is for. You can hire me for training advice, diet advice, supplement advice, explanation of supplement ingredients. You cannot hire me for medical advice, even though I know you'd like to, and I'd love to give it to you. I can't, but I can take existing medical information, consolidate it all, put it through my brain and onto paper or through my words or whatever, give that to you along with my opinion. Just stuff that already exists, consolidating it and giving it to you. You can also buy my book on tendonitis very soon because it is almost done. Maybe I'll finish it today. That will be for sale on my website as soon as my person making my website can get it done, which is andrewhutchings.org. And perhaps coming after my tendonitis book will be a blood pressure medication or a blood pressure supplement. I don't know what direction I'll go yet. You can hire me for coaching. You can hire me for personal training. You can hire me to make fitness plans, whatever. And check out my other videos. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. Tell your friends, tell your family, share this on Facebook, whatever. Yeah. Comment and check out my Instagram, natural_true_fitness.